Was bringing in William Jackson III a mistake? I was scrolling through the internet and look, there's a lot of news going on, but I found this article by All Steelers Talk and our good mate Noah Struckbarn. So let me bring this up. I found this article by Noah Struckbarn. I will link the article in the description below. Sorry, there's a lot of ads going on here, there, everywhere. But the report is that Steelers don't plan to keep William Jackson III, right? The Pittsburgh Steelers have no plans to keep William Jackson III after their trade, says Noah Struckbarn, and I will link that in the description. Now, he goes on to say, the Pittsburgh Steelers spent a conditional 7th-round pick in return for cornerback William Jackson III, so it didn't really cost them too much, to be honest. It didn't really, there's no massive draft capital loss there. It's a 7th-round pick. However, are they going to keep him? Wasn't a mistake, right? He played 0 games in 2022, so he was injured most of the time. We brought him off injured reserve. He somehow passed the physical, and the next minute he was injured, and then he was never activated again. So he goes on to say here that the Steelers now have a decision to make. Jackson is due $12.2 million this season. That's a large bit of money for a cornerback and a large bit of the cap that the Steelers could, possibly not take on. So he goes on to say here, but could save that money if they release him before March 19. According to Jerry Dulac of the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, that's the plan. So when asked during his weekly chat if the team plans to retain all their cornerbacks, Dulac said, some will be gone, like Jackson. So Jerry Dulac, a Pittsburgh Steelers insider, believes that they will not keep him, nor do they intend to keep William Jackson III. So they pretty much got him on the deal, last year with a 7th-round pick, and they were maybe hoping he could be healthy, but it looks like that 7th-round pick is now wasted, and they won't be using any plans to use William Jackson III in the near future. So he goes on to write here, the Steelers will enter the offseason with plenty of cornerbacks and questions. Levi Wallace, of course, Akilla Witherspoon, what's going to happen there? We don't know. You have Cameron Sutton, who's a free agent. You have James Pierre, who's also a free agent. So there are some holes there at the quarterback position. Now, this also could be a spot, guys, that the Steelers may go into the draft and maybe at 17 or at 33, they could go out and get a cornerback. I know a lot of Steelers fans out there want Joey Porter Jr. So let me know in the comments below, guys. Do you believe that this William Jackson III pickup was a mistake? Doesn't really matter. We do lose the 7th round of pick. That's gone. If they don't pay him the money, or would you rather see the Steelers pay him the money and give Jackson III a chance, who could maybe possibly, be second corner or first? But the Steelers don't really have a first corner. Yes, we did get the 17 interceptions or 18 interceptions for the season, but there's no real number one corner. Sutton, I believe you got to bring back Sutton. I think Sutton is key for this defense. I think James Pierre would be back. He'll be signed to a short-term deal or a team-friendly deal because he's good on teams and he can be a 3rd or 4th guy. I believe Arthur Millette will still be around. I think he's going to be on the team. I'm not too sure if he's a free agent. I don't think he is, but I think he's on the team too as cornerback. And if they're going to stay with Wallace at number 2, then there's a possibility that leaning this way, the Steelers could go into the draft and go and draft a cornerback, your future number 1 cornerback. So there's no need for William Jackson III. So is it a mistake? Not really. It's not overly a mistake. The only big issue is if you let go or don't re-sign Jackson, you're saving money. And the only big thing to me is that you lose a 7th-round pick. That's it. So nothing too crazy. But I believe the Steelers will go into the draft and get a cornerback at either 17 or 33 or officially 32. Let me know in the comments, guys, what you think. Do you think it was a mistake bringing in William Jackson III, or does it mean nothing? And also let me know, do the Steelers get a corner in the first top 2 picks? All right, guys, I'll see you guys later.